So ladies, let's talk about the luteal phase. This is the third week in your cycle or the week before you menstruate. This is when progesterone levels are rising to prepare for fertilization of an egg. If the egg does not fertilize, then your progesterone levels will decrease, and then your menstruation will start during the next week. This is also when progesterone's thickening the uterine lining for potential pregnancy. This is when you start to feel PMS symptoms. This is a time to be kind to yourself. Stress reducing activities, meditation, deep breathing exercises. This is time to slow down. Do calm, relaxing activities. Take some alone time. I definitely need it during this time. I always can tell. Definitely take it easy on exercise. I find that my body, it's hard to do the same exercise I do throughout the rest of the month during this week period of time during my luteal phase. I really struggle. So I listen to my body, definitely listen and slow it down a little bit. I ramp back a little bit. If I'm running a mile a day, maybe I'll do like half a mile to 3/4 a mile. I listen to my body because you need to relax. It's a time to be consuming more energy. I mean, your body is consuming more. It's time to give your body back some energy. It's a time to conserve energy. Take lots of breaks throughout your day. This is a time to be discerning with your energy, to have a cozy night at home. This is usually when I snuggle up with a book at night. Protect your peace. Consider reducing the intensity of your exercise, as I said, but keep moving. But emphasize recovery. You might notice you're a little bit more tired during this period of time. You want to make sure you're having a consistent bedtime. Avoid blue light at night. Get morning sunlight exposure. So this is also really interesting on like a spiritual level or a mental level. Frustrations, insecurities, and unmet needs, and the voice of inner critic often surface at this time. Be kind to yourself. Find healthy outlets for your angst. Be kind. Remember, these feelings will pass, but while they're here, what are they saying? What are you ready to shift or let go of in the coming release of menstruation? So I always take this as a time because it is when my inner voice starts getting really loud, and people who are close to me, like for example, my husband might be like, wow, you're being a little bit more bitchy right now. And it must be because of your period. And it's like, it brings it out, but that's not why. Whatever it is that's making me angsty in whatever situation, there's usually a reason, and I've kept it dormant, and this is usually a time where it just comes out. So usually I know like I'm maybe being a little bit over the top, but I'll sit and like journal it and really think on it and figure out like what needs to be done. So it's usually my time to act on it. So usually I think like, wow, I've had these problems for a while and they actually do really upset me, but this is a time that my voice is louder. So I'm going to take this as a time to make change. But I usually try to make sure that I'm coming at it from a good place and that I'm not just feeding this angst. So maybe instead of blowing up, it's a good time to like strategize and speak your voice in the right way. This is also a good time. So eating wise, let's talk about that. Where you need magnesium and calcium rich foods. I love foods better than supplements. You don't always know what you're getting from your supplements. It doesn't always absorb well in your body as food does. So always go to food first. But if you need supplements, sometimes this is a time when I've really needed it for like calcium especially. So eat magnesium and calcium rich foods. These are nuts, seeds, leafy greens. You can look up other sources as well. Beans also. This is a good time to be eating beans. You can do like a bean detox, which I usually do. I talk about it on other videos and I'll put it on my website soon, but I do an interval of detoxing with small increments of beans throughout my day, and I really ramp it up. I had PMDD, and I do if I don't take care of myself. So also people with PCOS or any type of hormone imbalance issues, this is the time that you really want to do some type of detox like this. It helps keep your hormones in check. It is the only thing that saves me, and I had to really be real with myself recently and say, like, because usually I'm tired and this is the time period where I'm like, oh, I don't want to eat it. I want to eat all these like junk foods, and I found out that really ends up biting me in the butt once my menstruation starts, and that whole period before. So I find that I really need to make it a priority that as soon as I start feeling that I'm moving into the luteal phase, immediately I need to eat my beans, and I need to eat them in intervals, and I need to be on it, and I need to do what I'm supposed to be doing. And I will feel no PMS symptoms pretty much whatsoever. It goes so smoothly, and it's so worth it. Also, just in general, I try in that week before that to eat really well, really clean. If you have PMDD, seriously, you will feel so much better and you'll thank yourself. I'm also tired during this time period, usually. Sometimes I really struggle. So I think about it preemptively. I've made a game plan with myself of, okay, I can't slide back because that's what would happen. I wouldn't feel good. I wouldn't want to prepare anything because I have to prepare things that are good. It's hard to get good stuff that's fast and easy. And I want to snack a bunch during that time period. So I know that now. So what I do is I will prepare these foods the week before. So I really pay attention to my cycle. I say, all right, it's the week before. I have tons of energy still. It's going to go down next week. So I'm going to food prep, freeze it or whatever, keep it aside so that week once I start, and foods that are snacky foods but good for you, so things like when I want to crunch and munch on stuff, that's good for me. So I'm not just going to go grab a bag of potato chips because it's easy and I don't feel good, and it'll make me feel 100 times better. So why did I say calcium? We're going to go back to that. Calcium is needed for hormone regulation during menstruation. So this is a time if you're not getting enough calcium, your calcium will drop, and that's also bad. It'll end up messing with you and you'll have way worse PMS symptoms and menstrual cramps, all that. Also, if you're breastfeeding, I'll do a separate video on this. Calcium is really key. If you find you have a dip in your milk supply during your period, that is why. It's the calcium. You have a drop in calcium, so your body is not going to produce as much milk, so you'll find a drop in your supply. Foods. You want to be eating warming, grounding, nutrient-dense, easily digestible cooked foods. Soups, broths, stews, complex carbs. They're better for your body to break down, especially with any type of diabetic problems. They're easier for your body, less of a glucose spike if they're complex. Root vegetables, B vitamins, omega-3s, minimize salt, caffeine, gluten, dairy, alcohol, fried and processed foods. I cut these out with my PMDD. I cut out all of these except for really salt. So seeds, they also said ground sesame, sunflower seeds are good for you. You also want to work on blood sugar balance during this time period. You might find that it's a little bit more out of whack. You're more affected by it. Pair sugar and carbs with protein and healthy fats helps with your blood sugar spike. Avoid high glycemic index foods and drinks. Usually low glycemic index foods and drinks, or foods are more complex, like more complex carbs. Things that are like whole steel cut oats, root vegetables, eat consistently. Don't do fasting during this time period. Don't recommend. Move your body after meals. You want to rest and digest a little bit after a meal though. Stay hydrated, and overall I just try to eat really clean and healthy during that time period.